review of Liberian newspapers' headlines that made news during the week on the Bottom Line Liberia. Please join us every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 Central European time.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, where you're joining us from. Once again, welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. My name is Jamal Kamara. I'm joined with my colleagues based in Europe. For now, I have Linford. Go ahead. Linford, you sit down straight. That will see your face. Linford is based in Norway. Linford is our main man in the office in Australia, Norway, as well as Paul Delorge, who based in London. And now tonight we'll be discussing today. We're going to the reviews on our newspaper in Liberia, and also we'll run a couple of videos if we have the opportunity. But tonight we're going to go straight to the point. I got a lot of interesting things to tell you tonight. Not forgetting our colleagues will be joining us, like Gad Augusto Tome may join us tonight, as well as Francis Mensah will also join us tonight. So, guys, welcome to the show tonight. Tonight is the 7th of March, 2024. What a day! This Thursday night. Tomorrow we'll be having a major show tonight. But let me start with you, Linford. How do you feel tonight? How are we going to be like? How the show look like Thursday night?
Well, I want to say thank you for bringing me on the show, and then also to those of our viewers that are joining us. I'm good tonight. Everything is okay. I'm under the weather, but we're not going to get from this weather until June. When the sun starts shining. So, but we survived it, and this is why. If you check my handle on Facebook, I call the African Viking, the Afro Viking. To live a Viking life is not easy. So we're okay, and we're prepared for the show tonight.
Right. Let me remind you again. Once again, you can watch us from our Facebook page, as well as YouTube, and on our 24/7 online radio. Paul, while we're going to get to Paul, we ask you to share the show wherever you join us from. Now, also forgetting those who join us from Jala TV in Liberia. Big thanks to Jala and with the followers from all over Liberia that have been joining us. And Paul, what we got for us tonight, boss?
Well, say good evening, guys, and good evening to our viewers. The Lord Chilope is in the house tonight, and he's looking to another fascinating discussion. We'll be going through the daily newspaper from Liberia, and also the major issue in Liberia. I think we'll tap into that. So yeah, basically we're going to get into the point today straight.
Yeah, right. Good.
Oh, by the way, the president traveled today. He went on a one-day official visit to Ivory Coast. So
I thought you said
he's traveling.
Yeah. All right, we'll get to that. Probably made a chance to run that video if I had an opportunity to do that. Linford or Paul, did you share about what we got on the menu tonight? Let's know what we got. Tonight, the major story in Liberia has been the World Economic Crime Court. It's still making headlines in all our major newspapers. I think we talk about it for the past 3 days. We'll be talking about it. And I think there are divergent views in Liberia right now about this World Crime Court. But before we go to the newspapers, and you guys have been positive about it, you think there's a way out? You think there's something like the president kind of executive order on this? But before we come over the newspaper, what do you guys think? Let me start with you, Paul. You've been really excited about Uncle Captain Kojak. You call I don't know the president, President Barker. You call him AKA Captain. What are you calling Captain Kojak?
Oh well, the reason why I call him Captain Kojak. If you remember, there was a film in the 1980, Lieutenant Kojak, the way he dressed how now Uncle Joe is dressing exactly like Captain Kojak. So, and you remember Uncle Joe also exactly, see what I'm talking about? This is Captain Kojak. So Captain Kojak have done the right thing to put himself forward that this thing will happen in Liberia. So no matter those who are not in favor of this because of their secret dealing, there's something in Liberia in our constitution that gave the president the power to issue executive order, and Captain Kojak will do that. So people can mess around. This thing will happen. I keep saying by July we'll have a different story in Liberia.
Well, but then thank you. I'll take you to Linford. Linford, this is a page from today, the New Republic newspaper. Look at the headlines. It reads, "No to War Crime Courts." What do you think? Is this something? It says several Liberians won Senate reject resolution. The lower house signing a resolution concerning the war crime code, economic crime code should be established, which is it should be approved by the Senate. And according to this news, for which the New Republic published today, so our Liberians saying the Senate should reject it. What do you think about this?
So let me tell you one thing. You got some newspapers that are just not credible, and people like this can go and get a few dollars from somebody and make the kind of headline. Look, we look at the reality on the ground, right?
Right.
We're talking about establishing war crimes code, and you say several citizens. What is the number of several citizens? What is the numerical strength of several citizens? Can have 4 or 5%. That's several. Okay, from 1 to 2, 3 is several. So sometimes you got to look at the source of the story. But then again, to address the particular question, there is nothing like no to war crimes code. Right. We look at the scenario, we look at the people involved, we look at the countries involved, government to government. Not coming to go, this is not a referendum, this is no referendum on this thing. Okay. So it's like the American government or the international community engaging the Liberian government and say, look, we need this. And then the president already committed to it. So the president did not go in the street with microphone, hey, John Brown, I should bring war crime code. Yeah. I should bring it. No. The president had done it at a higher level. He's spoken to a government to government level, and things have been put into place. So it's right. You can have every ton, 4 or 5 ton Dick and Harris's come and say, yeah, we don't want it. Yeah, you don't want it. That's all. We live in a democratic country. You don't want it, fine, good. And everybody will agree to it though. Even in our village houses, we'll go food. If you get 4 or 5 people in that house, not everybody can like your food, we go for the day. Somebody say, I don't like cassava. Somebody say, I don't like, palm butter. So does that mean that the other people will not eat? No. So yeah, it's the right of people who say they don't want war crimes code, and also it's the right of people who say they want war crimes code. So once it's done at a governmental level, government to government level, I don't see where the forces of people who say they don't want it will suffice. But again, if they have numerical strength, then we can put it to a referendum. Let's see, put it to a vote. Let's see what percentage of the citizenry will agree to it, and what percentage will disagree. Then now we're going another level. But let's handle it, or let the people handle it at the level it is now, from the lower house to the upper house, and let's hear what the upper house will say. Okay, and from there, then we can start. But for now, the newspapers can write what they want to write. And like I said, you got to look at the credibility of some of the people. The New Republic, what is that? I haven't seen these kind of well, you talk about, the front page Africa, people, papers that have been making effect. Okay. So I've been in media for long, so I know anybody can write anything,
Right.
So,
let me. I know you're not happy, but let me take to Paul. Paul, this newspaper article seems to dampen your enthusiasm because you're one of the person on this platform. Like, yes, we want somebody justice to be done, justice to prevail. What does the newspaper headline tells you? The front page saying no to war crime code. Or do you see Uncle Joe Boakai or President Captain Code Jack, as you call it, AKA, will he order bring an executive order to bring out the war crime code in Liberia? You think so?
Jamal, this is we know that there'll be resistance from the upper house. Why am I saying this? In the upper house, you also have sanctioned officials in the upper house. How many of them? And in the upper house, you have the Yaya Thomas Yaya Nimne, who against the war crime. Prince Johnson is also in our house. And they talk about not only the war crime, but the economic aspect of it. You have a lot of thieves in the upper house that don't want to go to prison and they don't want to face that. So the upper house will resist this bill. Now, but the upper house can do what they want to do. AKA Lieutenant Koja, Captain Koja, Excellency Dr. Joseph Newman Barker will issue an executive order. This thing will happen. So the upper house can dance around and do what they want to do. It's up to them. The war crime and economic code will be established no matter how. as long as Uncle Sam and the major donors in Liberia is in favor of this, the upper house can do what they want to do. Is their prerogative. This is going to happen. So let them keep dreaming. It will happen. And they're not going to kill my dream. I will be in Liberia to see when they cutting the ribbon to build a new prison. I will be there to go live. So they're not going to kill my dream. So the upper house can do what they want to do.
I want to ask you, they say you can add to what you're saying. There's a newspaper story saying, I think in the Inquirer newspaper today, we didn't lay hand on that. That I think we also had an interview yesterday we listened to on this platform that the Senator Johnson, Honorable Senator Johnson, is meeting. He said about the former generals are meeting. Does that like you any fear in people that the generals may create chaos if they push them to war crime code? Is there something to ask you a question? I mean, you want to comment on that, Linfo?
I will comment on the Prince Johnson fear factor thing, but let me also add a little bit to what Paul said.
Right.
Look, let me tell you, and like I said before, this is not a matter of whether John Brown wants it or Peter Paul doesn't want it. Liberia, small thing happening will run to the international community. We want money, we go to as we speak, civil servants are not taking pay. Who are looking up to give money? Outside people. They see outside people looking up to, they say this is what we want. So
exactly.
if Liberian people will say they don't want war crimes code, and then the Americans or all of the other donors, they say, okay, you know what? This time now, we're not asking the government, we're not saying government, please do it. We will make it as a condition. You do it, you get what you want. You don't do it, you don't get what you want. It's the same Liberian people who will be going against this government, that because the government will not be meeting their needs. So, and when I was a kid, my grandfather always would say this: the medicine that will save a child's life, it always tastes bitter in your mouth. But when I'll kill him quick, you drink it. You see it? It will feel sweet in your mouth.
Wisdom, therefore, do you get it?
Yeah. So you know, the Liberian people, the thing in their interest is what they're fighting against. And Liberians have always been like this. Anything that is in their interest will fight against it, but the one that will destroy them, they go for it. When they're walking, people who are volunteering, people are walking 2-3 weeks from where Monroe to go join the war, way in public. Yeah? When they know they can die, you know.
No, but Limpo, sorry, Honorable Senator Thomas Yaya Nimle said yesterday, well, he has nothing against the war crime code, but it's too early to start. Let the president start working on the arrest agenda. So you can start bringing. So does it make sense to you? Because you're saying it's too early to talk about the war crime code. Then you work on the arrest agenda.
First and foremost, when I watched that video, that interview with the woman was totally disorganized. He was totally out of, you know.
He said the senator.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The woman. What do you mean?
Senator.
The first thing, you could see guilt spelled out in his face in bold letters. 1, 2, he was totally disorganized. 3, he was very, 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 very much under duress. I mean, his body language. So, what do you expect him to say? He was deviating from the. Are you the one to tell the president how to run his agenda? No, you're a senator. We're not even a senator on that particular ticket. So they're recommending to the president. No. So, you know, I think he's trying to get a way out, but he cannot get a way out. Let me tell you one thing. And then your question as to what was the question?
The question concerning the Honorable Johnson told us that the former generals are meeting because they sent a new break. They are meeting, so they kind of create some fear. If nothing happens, we don't know what's going to happen. But the generals
I will tell you. If I was to look at Prince Johnson in the face, I would tell you he lied. No, then former generals meeting. Sorry for my language. No, it's a big lie. Prince Johnson is this cunning guy. This is a man who will lie that he exploded a grenade in the water, inside the water, not outside, inside the water. Man, they all put that in the man who live. This is a man who when we visited his base as journalists during the water, the man brought a glass with skull and finger bones. He said, I'll do skull and do finger bones. He showed to one person, he showed to the whole group that went, or the group of journalists, that this is the same man that said he put Joe body in the river. So, or he buried Joe. So, you know, this guy's a liar. Okay? So, Prince Johnson, he will look at all these things, that title he playing. So when he said the generals are meeting, let him name the generals now, because I know so we are not meeting with him. I know General, all the generals that were hiding the MPFL, they will not meet with Prince Johnson. So how many generals you have? And most of the generals even defected to the MPFL. I know people like General Fani, they did General Fani, defected to the MPFL. He died in MPFL era. General, what they probably mean? Or Legenye, he was in MPFL era. Melvin Supani, he became general in MPFL era. So how many general Prince Johnson have? Copotier or who?
Yeah.
So
Let's leave for Paul, you're coming. Leave for if you look at your 98% from Nima County. And you seems to be radical here. I mean, you don't take side right here from what you're saying. And I'll come here. I'll make you. I want you to make a point. And does he say yesterday in the interview that Paul, I'll give you a chance, please. Let me ask this question straight to Linfo. Spirit just saying one of the interview yesterday saying like bulk of the generals are from Nima County. So when the walk around come, you're gonna affect people from Nima County. Are you not sympathetic to the people of your county and like peace to prevail? Let walk around go away. Let's settle this thing as reconcile our differences and let it go. And you seem to be let justice prevail. Let just don't you think you're a little bit hard on the generals of Nima and also Honorable Johnson?
Okay, let me get it real straight first. I share a border with Nima County, but my root comes from Nima County. My great, I don't know how many of the great grandfather, but they came from Nima County. They settled in Bon County. So I'm from Bon County.
Okay.
I speak Mano, I speak Pele, I speak Basso. Okay.
You speak you as well.
Yeah, I speak. Oh, of course, I speak you. Okay. And I will tell you one thing: that all the tribes, the three tribes that I just named, Basso, Pele, and Mano, and Gio, in addition, they are all dear to my heart. That's why I don't take side. If I go to Nima County, I'm free. I can live there. I'm with the people. If I go to Basso, they are from my mom's side. I'm free. I can live there. And the Pele as well from my mom's side. I can live there. So they all dear to my heart. So I will not take precedence over one of them. I'm from Bon County. I'm proud to be a Bon County citizen. I'm also proud to have that connection to Basso. I'm also proud to have that connection to Nima. So I will not back anybody. And you know, this thing about tribalism is not in me because I do not belong to one tribe. Okay, I speak several Liberian languages. You will not believe me. I speak a little bit of Fire. Okay, I understand a little bit of Madingo and of course. So this thing about people belonging to one tribe is not part of me. I feel myself as a Liberian. So if I belong to Nima County, what about my parents' side? What about my pastor's side? Okay, but then to come to your question, whether I'm not in sympathy with them, let me tell you one thing. No, right is right. If anybody treats my Nima County people bad, it will hurt me. If anybody treats any other Liberian bad, it will hurt me. So if my Nima County people will treat other people bad too, it will hurt me. But the thing about Prince Johnson always making this thing to look like a Nima thing, the war that came, now only Nima County people for it. The war started in Nima County. Nima County did not create a war. Let this be clear today. Nima County did not go to Libya and train people. Nima County did not go and recruit all the people who fought the war, the special forces, and send them to Libya to go train. No. Okay? The people who did it, we know them. Okay? They have shown themselves. But the war entered Nima, and besides that, majority of the people who fought the war or who started the war, they came from Nima for the fact that they felt threatened by the dual administration. And so this is how the war, it was easy for them to pass through Nima. The war would have passed through Cape Mon. So does that mean that for people war, the war would have passed through Bon County? Does that mean that Pele war or Lofa? Okay? And Nima is the only country, or Prince Johnson is the only person who makes it seem to know that or Nima thing. They learned. Where did they pass? They passed through, I think Lofa. Then we had the other group that headed by Tomo Yaya Nimle. Okay, they all came. So should the Southeastern people say this is your put had the other group? Okay, so should they say that Southeastern group? No, but Prince Johnson always made it into Nima, and sometimes again our people they very easy to party kind of thing. I remember during the water, I used to hear my good brother then Yako Inwane. Meaning our war we brought. Your war you brought, so you brought a war to kill the people. So the war, people were dying, it was a war. You only found yourself in the war because of the situation. So I always told them, and you know, like I said, I don't know. This thing is not part of me. This thing where I belong to the other group, no, it's not part of I'm a Liberian. I'm here in Europe. What's on my document? Liberian, simple. Okay. So Let Prince Johnson stop making this thing on like or Nima County thing. And Prince, how many, like I asked Prince Johnson, how many generals does he have in Nima County now? Okay, how
Yeah,
many generals? Most of the people that will follow, in fact, MPF had the largest number of generals. Prince Johnson had less than 10 generals. MPF had the largest number of generals, and they were all MPF people. So is Prince Johnson telling me that he's going to recruit those generals? No, they will not cooperate with him because they know him. And no, most of the people who were general those days, their capacity had reduced, their war making capacity had reduced. I knew most of the generals because we live in Greater Liberia, and I know those people they were of age. And we're talking about 30 years ago. So somebody who was 20 years or 30 years, let's say somebody was 20 years, that person for 30 years ago, he's 50. So most of the guys are king special for look at Sobia. If you look at Sobia now, he's like, oh man, okay. If you go, most of the generals I know, I don't want to name them here because I don't have the permission to do so. I know they are all older guys because they were in their 40s and 50s those days. Look at Edward Millen died. He died, so I can call his name. Edward Millen, he died. Okay, so if you are alive, you depend on you and say you're going to recruit Edward Millen to come fight. Who you fight? So if anybody want to bring war now, you have a new generation of fighters who maybe the ball called Zogo. There will be that new generation of fighters. So where does Prince Johnson have command over them? So that's what you Prince Johnson is just looking for another way to lie and make people to feel that kind of way, and Nima County people to feel that, oh yeah, this thing. Nima County people, let me tell you one thing. They war economic crime. It's not coming for anybody who fought, not all the people that fought the war. That people is spelled out, people who bear greater responsibility. Not one boy who was fighting for his survival or who they grab and say, can't go fight. No. In that you, people who organize you, people who put you all together, the Prince Johnson himself. Okay? Those are the people they're going for. It's not the boss that they grab and drug and get them going to go fight. No. That means, like I said yesterday on the show, that means everybody in Liberia will go to war economic crime. Okay? Because wherever they pass, they will able to eat food, they people will offer them food. So the people will grab them and carry them. All the girlfriend they will have, you carry them. Their children they born, you carry them. No. So your leader Prince Johnson thing, he's just creating some scenario so that people will say, oh, war coming, this and that. It's a big lie. Nobody will fight war in Liberia. Prince Johnson cannot do anything. You get Prince Johnson AK says he can fire somebody that you're not doing. He's scared. That people are making.
Right. Thank you very much for that passionate statement. I want to just recognize Toby Wilson, I think. He just said, this is why he said, good one. Thank you. Heart off to you. That comment you made. We want to also recognize others. You want to recognize other people coming later on. Obadiah, Sunday guy, thanks for following your others. I think you guys can all recognize other for you. And while I go to Paul.
Okay, we have Maya Weather, Sadie, also Chaps Renewable Energy. Somebody is making some advertisement here. Or Mochi, Drew Mochi, Obadiah Sunday guy, of course, or Joseph Corley, Wilson, Edwin Torwart, and Ibra Duke. You guys are welcome. And for those of you whose name we do not see, I do not see on my board, and you joining us, we thank you for joining us. And if you're joining us from Liberia via Chala TV, we want to say thank you. Share the show so that we can have as many people as can have the opportunity to listen to it.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Paul. I want you to tell me something. The Captain Jack was dancing with the ambassador when the resolution was passed in the lower house. Will you care to comment on this?
Yeah. First, I'll say good evening to our viewer who's just joining us. Look, the Lord Chilope is happy for this. I told you whatever happened, the fear mongering and scare tactics that Prince Johnson, Thomas Yaya Nimle, and other people in the upper house afraid of, they should just start dreaming and having a nightmare dream. This thing gonna happen. You see, look, they say our partners, our dad, they behind it. And no matter what happened, this is just a sound that yes, hopefully when we get into the rainy season in Liberia by July, the UN will have passed the resolution that there will be war crowd code established in Liberia. If the upper house does not do anything, Captain Jack we gave an executive order that this thing will be done. So Liberians, embrace yourself for the good old days that these perpetrators, criminals, murderers, they will face some sort of justice in our country for once. So that picture you see on the screen tell us that yes, wherever those guys say what they do, we don't want to know, we don't care. Lieutenant Jack, we fire this up, and it was happy. So that handshake, and you see I don't know, it's the American Buka dance or whatever they're doing. It just show that my uncle, Captain Jack, will fire this guy. So Prince Johnson, I didn't know that Prince Johnson was that scary when he was killing people. What people who can kill? Why are they so scared? I don't understand. This guy who put grenade in the ammo tent and he the only one survive. Why is he afraid of? He can go to the prison and put grenade and blow the whole prison when he's sent. So why his problem?
Yeah.
When he was killing people, he was on something. Why is he afraid of? My uncle would send this thing here. It will happen. Look, guys, mark my word. By July, because what happened when he issued the executive order in the next few weeks, they will send the how to call it, foreign ministry will send a letter to the U.S. embassy and also to United Nations and to EU. Liberia is now ready for the War and Economic Crime Code. They will go to the Security Council in the UN. They will pass a resolution that yes, Liberia is now ready. Uncle Joe, Captain Jack is ready to fire. And the UN will now set a tribunal. They will go through that process. So by July, August, there will be a groundbreaking ceremony in Liberia to lay the foundation for those criminals to face justice. And that's the fact. So whoever like it, so they might dream it will happen. So yeah, Prince Johnson or Yaya Thomas Nimna, let them go dancing. Yeah, they have nightmare when they were killing people.
The funny thing about this thing about the two people. We said that George Polly had
the Liberian something movement.
Yeah. Then
council, something like that. You said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even Brownie Samoka headed the Black Beret or not even Soyo. All the other people, do for defense forward there.
And this guy,
so why did people not crying?
Second Matthew also Lord.
Yeah. So why did people not crying? Why is it the Prince Johnson and Yaya Nimla, you keep in a picture later, you brought World War III. We talking about people who started, and this is where men, when we say men of valor, men with power, men with will. I'm sure if Chancellor were out and they talk about the war crime, you wouldn't be crying.
Okay, Linford, you made some point. You know, while we on the show, we like to be interactive, and most of our followers are making comment. We want to recognize some of them. So first, I want to take Abraham Nation here. Abraham Nation made a comment on what you said. He said you made too much sense, my dear brother. All of the men that are 40 years now were 6 years when the war erupted in Liberia. Every one of those former generals are old and tired and not interested in any ethical matters. So that's another point. So this is something.
The walking. Just before we move to the next comment, the walking 1989, right?
No, yeah.
I was 26 years old. So at the war, the years I have gone to my 26 years and see how old I am now. So so a guy who was 30 or 40 at that time as a general, look at his age. So where Prince Johnson, look at Prince Johnson said, you were not in that or be on that way. So
and he now 70, I think 72 or so.
Prince Johnson is creating a fear factor. Let's look at another comment from Abraham Nation. He said, no one felt this war than men and women that were in their teens. Mm-hmm. I mean, they took our teenage from us. We were in our teen. They even enjoy our youth. You know, one thing, they said, let the few guys keep making a noise. This guy's what about.
And Abraham Nation is right.
He has all the comment making. I think, guys, sorry, fear not the war, but the people. So another thing, he said, title has come. My goodness. So I
The
will take
time
this
has
off.
come. I think that's
Time has come. That's what he's trying to say. Anyway, guys, let's go to a point he made here. I want you to talk about it. One of you guys speak on it. You know, we all were in a teenage. I was in my very young age when teen came. I didn't even enjoy my youthful life. We fled to different countries for seek asylum. Is just the youth has the right to sue those general for disruption of their youth, other than their youthful life. I mean, their useful life that we are live. That we all rent. Those in 18 age, we all rent. We left the country. Those who stay could not even live their life. Now, most of them are having mental issues. So, do we have the right to take them to court that they rob us of our very valuable lives? Do we have a choice to do that, or do you have the right to do that?
you know, if Liberia have money, I could sue the warlords to compensate me because they robbed my youth from me.
Mm.
And that's the fact. And other people over there in Liberia that both parents, uncle, brothers and sister, auntie, they were wiped out. And today they lonely, they have no relative. Those people should be compensated. If we have the money, we can take this guy to court for what it did to us. And that's and look, the thing is that put a war one side too. The other people that stole from us too, that robbed us from going to university in Liberia, the economic crime, the economic thieves. So you see the two group of people in Liberia for some reason, and they are the same age of Prince Johnson. They're the one against the whole thing because the remaining time of their life, they don't want to spend it behind bar. So let's give Omer Baka 4 more years. When he get in to the end of his term, then he can bring the war cranko. What the nonsense. They fall chime in.
Okay. No, the question as to whether the youth have the right to sue the generals,
Those who brought, not the general, those who brought the war to the country.
those who brought the war.
Yeah.
Why? Like I said, I was 26 years old.
Mm.
The war came in 1989, 1990. In 1990, the war entered Monrovia July 2nd. And I was working. I just started working two years. Very good job. And I was supposed to go for training in September of that same year. And now the war disrupted my training right here in Holland. I was supposed to be in Holland. And then I found myself behind rebel line. So everybody was affected, like Abraham Nation said, especially the youth, because we still had that long time ahead of us. Our father who were like 60 years old, they died already. Some of them who didn't die in the war, said they died natural death. They were old, they died already. But yeah, we still living, we still fighting for justice. So I wouldn't even want to waste my time to say I'm going to sue generals. I don't have the money, I don't have the time. So the best thing as a Liberian who was young during that time, including all of us here, the best thing we can do, and I'm talking to you Liberians that are in Liberia, according to that newspaper story that says several people say they don't want Warcraft school.
You put that paper up again, Jamal.
Yeah. You are the people who are supposed to be fighting for these people to go to the war crimes. So when they go, justice is done for me. I don't need to go sue one general. No. Okay? I mean, the population living now, we that are in our 40s, 50s, 60s now, we were the youth that time. So if all of us say we're going to go sue these people, we're not doing anything. But the best they can do for is what the international community wants to do. Take them to the war crimes court. And this war crimes court is not the gallows. They're not carrying you there to cut your throat. They're not going to hang you. They're not going to put you on firing squad. No. You're going to go explain your role in the war. Simple. So what a big deal about this? They're not going to say you can't go, we're going to kill you. You go in, explain. When you explain good, when the court, they say court. Yeah? The court, you go and explain. You get witnesses. You ask, your witnesses will ask you questions, the judges will ask, everybody will ask each other. So when you explain good, they say, okay, man, you fought the war here, but you're free, go. You fought the war here, but they will see things happen, you're guilty, you will go to jail. Simple. So those that will be free, they will come. Those that will go to jail will go. So what is scared of? No, you kill people who you did not judge. When you saw people in hall, you left the whole people in the hall, you put fire on them, all of them, whether somebody was there or supporting your war, you put all of them, they die. You won't ask them question. You are shooting somebody simply because there was a certain trap. You won't ask them question. But you're getting fair chance. They want nobody else shooting. They said because your friend was so come and shoot you. No, you get a fair chance. They're going to ask you. You get the people you get. They not have time to represent themselves in court, but you're going to do it. So what's so big about it?
Let me hold you there, the Linfo. You know, we are the journalists are now on our docket right now. The issue is Prince Johnson must be afraid because what he did is live and video. It's living witness. We have evidence to have on video. Like he ordered the cutting of the ears of Samuel Doe. That's life. We all have that. Can he escape that? That's why I'm making worry. Because the other general
he slapped the wife of the former defense minister, Madam Wata Allison, and since that time he slapped the woman on TV. Everybody saw it. Since that time, nobody saw the woman again.
Okay, that's one. But this guy was
last. He was being last with that woman.
He caught some. He ordered the cutting the ears of Samuel Doe. Right, that's all recorded. It's on tape. Wall. It stay everywhere. Is there no reason for Prince Johnson not to be afraid? Because this is really he's one of the possible potential targets. He knows that, so he has a reason to reject it. He got a reason to be afraid because those are living where he can't deny it. Can he deny it? So that's the reason. I think it's a really profound reason why he's now willing for this thing to walk around to come. Don't you think so? This is the worry he has. Other because they do not have evidence to use them.
Yeah,
let
but
me add that the four American norms.
He's just being foolish because the thing is like you get cancer and the doctor say you will die. Then you start fighting. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. You will die. So what you get everybody got when you got in journalism something called pictorial evidence. Video evidence, pictures are there. So there's no way we even need to testify against you. Your own video that you made will testify against you. And then the thing is, I would have thought that Prince Johnson would have been solved, knowing what he did live on TV. He would have been solved in the whole process. But you shouldn't be the one kicking back. So you aggravate the whole thing. You aggravate the whole thing.
Somebody says something at that point. Let me put that. He said, "This is what he's doing." That scary tactics won't work with the system of impunity in our country. Trust and must stop and end with the question you're saying. This is what Toby Wilson just said. So he's people with it. He coming with scare tactics saying, we got general.
I will bring generals. No, yesterday I said on the show, my friend, I live in Greater Liberia from July 2nd, the war entered Memorial. July 2nd, I'll catch up by the rebels. We enter rebel control area. I know how life was there. Nobody can tell me. And I worked in that system for years, 9 years. Okay. So I saw things that some people they didn't see. Okay. So that Prince Johnson will come here to threaten people about war. I mean, you think war is small thing to fight? War is very expensive. No, let me tell you, to get the people alone, it's expensive. To get the people, to transport them to war, then to buy the bullets, to feed them, to treat them. Yeah? So Prince Johnson, why you wait now? I think the old man, I used to respect him as EFL general but they making me to even have doubt about his military career because he sounds like he doesn't know anything about military. But you think you just highlight and say, "Oh, go fight one these people working." So Prince Johnson should be arrested by now. Maybe they may have gone somewhere that he's depending on because he know that in that institute, they are organized to go fight war.
I think Captain Koja should order executive order let him arrest Prince Johnson.
Yeah, let him arrest him because the kind of statement that he's making, like he's prepared already.
That's the question. Before I come to your question of that order, I want to like Joseph Contour, one of our guys who always support him from the US. This is what he said. Prince Johnson already denied the fact that he killed innocent people. Instead, he's saying he was defending his people. The Liberian government need to keep Prince Johnson's on.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, but it comes in line with exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
If Prince Johnson knows that you are defending your people, they think that, okay, go to court and go tell the court that I'll defend my people. So what, then why are you making grandma for? They say, can't go explain. Go explain. So why are you fighting for?
I think Joseph Conto is right here because Prince Johnson have not been seen at the Capitol building since the thing started.
Now they're coming run away.
They need to actually keep somebody on.
Joseph is warning us that if we keep on a suicide watch, you could commit suicide because this is why he said again before. Those who are against the war and economic crime courts are people who kill other people, and they are benefiting from the cold-blooded killing of our people.
Yeah.
They're saying this. So
Oh,
I think what people has been saying here, and when I push you around saying that you have a neighbor, how many 80% or 70% of you from your background from Neighbor County, and I say, why you're not in sympathy? And this is what you say. I mean, this is what Joseph also say. We don't know what Joseph hail from, which county, and I mean, Liberians
from one county.
Okay, I think he's been contributing to our show a couple of times. But what I'm trying to say, we all want to know like justice must be done. I mean, I said on this platform yesterday that people went on that TRC testimony, they were not remorseful for what they were doing. They just both sat there and just explain. And when the recommendation came, they believed that they just went together. When TRC made their recommendations, they believed that they can subdue it, it won't happen. Now, the people is coming out telling us we want it to happen. But there's information, I mean, from Grapevine, you guys help me out here, saying the International Committee is putting millions of dollars behind this program to make sure it happens, even to buy out our senators and our legislators. Is that true, guys? Do you know about that?
Jamal, we know that there's funding already been established for the situation that's happening in Liberia. So, and the interview with the U.S. ambassador who responsible for, how they call it, the crime, she said that Liberia need to worry because they will go back to their donors. They're waiting to pump money into the situation that we face today. So yes, there's money in it, and some people will benefit from the lower and upper house, but this have to happen in Liberia, and the country at large will also benefit from it. So there's money in it.
Before you speak on that, Linford, I want to ask you something. The fear people have, you're going to split the country. Before you on that, it's this whole economic war crime, we're going to split the country. While others are saying it's not time for this, we should wait until things settle down, we can reconcile, honor the Palava Hut or honor the how do you call it? The common, what would the tree will coin Liberia? You know, those
Palava Hut
tree or whatever we discuss the traditional way of reconciling. I forgot about this court issue. And some are suggesting that. Don't you think that the people who saying that they're going to divide the country, it makes sense? Or we should put a whole and say, look, go back together, talk the traditional way and settle this thing. Those who are responsible for those crimes should come and say, we are sorry and it won't happen again because we have lost lives already. So it's not getting them back. We should. Do you think?
If anybody tells me that, then I'll ask a person one question. So what makes it difficult? If they want us to go and go sit down on the Palava or on the cutting tree, or what kind of tree?
Or bamboo tree or whatever.
Yeah. And then the people will kind of say, oh, we're sorry. So what makes it difficult for them to go to the war crime code and go tell the Liberian police? Because the war crime code, that won't kill you. When you go there, you are remorseful. You tell the war crime code, well, I did this, and this is the reason why I did it, but I'm sorry. The war crime code, that's it. I think they will come back to the Liberian government again and ask, I mean, what do we do? But when you push back, and then you grab my hand. First, now I think I want to fight you. Start wrestling. Then finally, they say, okay, sorry, my man, please leave my hand. So why I didn't tell you from the beginning, please leave my hand. Let me go. Yesterday, after we tussle, you subdue me before I start begging you. So I think if in as much as they say we can go on a Palawa, let's go to the court. Yeah, the Palawa, let's go sit and go talk. If they're remorseful, we'll know.
But Paul, do you think Prince Johnson thought this was coming?
I really want to comment on the question you asked.
Go on. Go on. Sorry about that. Go on.
Yeah, whether they were funny. Well, I don't have any numerical, attachment to why it was funny, but I can assure you that it is funny. Look, this war has been over 30 years now, and the war in economic crimes could have been discussion have been around for years. And see the international community still pushing for it. So I know if they're not prepared, there were no funds for that. They will not be pushing it. Okay, if like I said on one of the shows the other day, it's only the lack of political will on the part of our governments in the past. That's why we are even here today. This thing should have been long behind, or you see, charging issue is behind our water. Okay, I mean, I think what Taylor is doing now is he's counting the rest of his years. How many more years remaining? So Prince Johnson should have been, or other people should have been, and Prince Johnson name is so synonymous to war crime code. It's very synonymous. So, every time we talk about one crown school in Nina can explain Johnson. And why? Because this guy is influencing, this guy is making decisions, this guy is fighting back against the whole system. So we should have been beyond this point long time, but because there was no political will on the part of our leaders in the past, and this is why we are here. But I can assure you that there is funding for it. I cannot attach any numerical value to it. I know there is funding.
Yeah. Another question before you, I know you answered that question. I want to take that to Paul. Paul, so you help you to give your point on that. Paul, when Honorable Johnson was supporting the Unity Party, giving all his food behind his party, did he see this coming?
There's a saying in Liberia. It said 99 days for rule, 1 day for master. He didn't see it coming. Why? He calculated, because he been calculating, playing with people. He calculated wrongly this time. He had a choice. That was Cummins, that was Lieutenant Kojak, aka Excellency Joseph Nima Barker. So he saw that, because Bernard Ure, and if you remember Yaka Koluba and others, and then I think on SKTV that broke the news, say, President Barker was the founding father of the Lofa Defense Force.
Yeah.
So in Prince Johnson's mind, that, because he was the founding father of that rebel faction, he would not be the one to bring war and economic crime court. If I gave my support to Alexander Cummings, he's never fought war. He would be the dangerous one that would bring war and economic crime court. So his calculation was wrong. But what he failed to realize, you see, Uncle Sam, when he want you can be the devil in the house. Uncle Sam will be your good friend. And they don't want to know until they get you. We remember the story of Noriega and others. They were good friends to Uncle Sam. What happened when Noriega flipped? They went to Panama, they collected him, right? So Prince Johnson, all along, he forgotten that there are 4 American nuns that also were killed in the process, and the finger had been pointed at him for many years. So he's somebody that they wanted for a long time. So Prince Johnson's calculation was wrong, and the calculation caught off with him. No matter whoever was going to be the president, whether it's George Weah this time, whether it's Alexander Kwame Barker, this code was going to be established in Liberia, and that was the fact. So a calculation was wrong, and it caught up with him. So we sitting here now in the theater watching the drama, we enjoying it. And remember, not only people he killed, Prince Johnson was in a Lockington bill. If you have misrisk, get passing around, when Prince Johnson see you, he will go after you. And all those women, majority of them still alive, and they will go to court and testify against this guy. So Prince Johnson know.
What are you talking about? You were assaulting, sexual assault.
You were raping women in the Lockington area. I want to open screen Lockington, and when they tell you someone our sister tell you the story, you don't want to hear this guy's name. He knows that. He knows what he did. Remember the council robber? In the same area.
In TRC that he ordered them to kill him.
So this guy he know what he afraid of, and he will face the weight of the law. So Prince Johnson, the time is here, your days are numbered. That's how I would say, and I can't wait to see this guy in court.
So so do you think finally we always carry something that Mr. Barker, President Barker, threw Mr. Johnson under the bus?
No, he didn't throw it under the bus. It just caught up with him, and he forgotten that he also killed President Barker's boss, who was Samuel Doe. He forgot that one.
Okay, Joseph gone to provide. Sorry, before you're coming. When we talk about the finance, Joseph gave this information. I think Joseph is an ex-Marine. He lived in the U.S. I think we talked a couple of times. This is why he said, we can't verify the information. This is why he said, I believe it's true. The U.S. actually provided an initial amount of $227 million for the establishment of the War and Economic Crime Court. But that's a lot of money. This is a lot of money. Go on, Linfo.
Yeah. On your question as to whether Prince Johnson saw this coming when he was supporting the Unity Party, let me tell you one thing. Prince Johnson has been coony all the time, acting like he's clever, and when they say when the pig is too greasy, you can use the grease to fry. You think you're so smart, so use the grease to fry. Here is a guy who supported Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because he knew that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took part in the war by sponsoring the war or doing she did something allegedly, which she herself admitted to provide 10,000 US dollars initially. Now, so if war and economic crime was to come, if anybody was to bring it, it wouldn't be Ellen Johnson for sure, because she wouldn't be shooting herself in the head.
No.
Ellen Johnson supported her. Then we are king, and we are being very, a little bit liberal, taking a liberal stance on the war and economic crime school. Prince Johnson supported him for both for gains, financial gains, and for the war crime something to abolish it or not to pursue it. So he succeeded. But then when he saw that here we are failed, and I think Prince Johnson was noticing something that we had gone one round. The second term, he might give me up. So let me go look for a new place. So he went for new marriage. And that new marriage, it was for him to get more jobs for quote unquote the Nima County people. Then also to provide a vice president for this unity party. So he will have a say, and nothing like war crime school can come. Okay? Because he got a vice president there who could potentially become the president. If you listen to Prince Johnson talking to one journalist who was somewhere in Nima County, what he said the OMSO, we are supporting the OMSO. If anything happens, you think who will be running the show?
Go on.
You see it? So Prince Johnson knew what you're doing. Now, up to now, nothing has happened. His dream is not coming true. And then the Americans are putting pressure. And Joe Walker, like I would say, President Walker, he does not have anything to lose. The woman was in government for 45 plus years.
Yeah.
Became vice president for 12 years. Age is catching up with him. He's not going to run a second term. So he ain't got nothing to lose. The man, I will certify the Liberian people. I will certify the international community. If that's the only way they'll be able to support us, bring in investments, bring in more money to the country, let everything be okay, I will do it. So to hell with whoever want to be president after me, that you will go run your own campaign. I'm not going to go stand there to say you're for me. So Prince Johnson can bring Nima people, he can bring Nima people in the next election, not my business. So I'm going to do this. So Joe Walker is right. And this is where the woman, President Walker now is operating. So Prince Johnson is left in the cold. He tell you, you're so smart. He's left in the cold. And the reason why he did not support Mr. Cummings, I'm sure he had conversation with Mr. Cummings because Mr. Cummings is not that rich to just take bag of money and go and say Prince Johnson can for $50,000 when other people need it. But he had discussion with Mr. Cummings. But he was not satisfied with the answer that Mr. Cummings might have given him. I'm not too sure if they had, but I'm just presuming about the war crimes code, what he wanted. So maybe Mr. Cummings would have maybe has said that, the war crimes code, maybe we'll try to bring it. So Prince Johnson says, okay, I'll play soft. I'll receive the 50,000, then I'll dump me. So he dumped Mr. Cummings. He up and said, the man came to my house, he gave me 50,000. So you're dumping Mr. Cummings in your mind, you're dumping Mr. Cummings.
And you say he's supporting gay rights, so he doesn't like
it. So he dumped Mr. Cummings, hoping that President, but you see, at least President Walker can play against Sultan. The harder they come, the harder they fall. Have you heard that music?
Yes.
The harder they come, the harder they fall.
People seem to like him, what he's doing right now, what the issues are coming out right now. The tactic is playing. Go on, Linford. I'll support your point here where we got I will get to the devil.
So Prince Johnson thought that he could use the old man. The old man said, wait, I just want to get it for it. That statement that the old man made, that I can dance with the devil just to win.
I will deliver the devil.
That was a deep statement. And he won that. The devil now running up and down. He won that. So, the devil is saying, if I knew, they may not dance with me. So Prince Johnson had learned a lesson, but very late.
This is a nice thing. You gave me some sense to thought of, to this. This goes here. He said, "I will dance with the devil." We all say the woman is wicked. He's so corny. He threw Honorable Yombly under the bus, as well as Costa and other people.
And Nigeria, all the people.
What we did not know, probably was meeting people telling, you know what? Go and work with this guy, bring him closer, let him support you, you win. Then you later on deliver him. And probably
The
the old man,
old man have been government for 40 something years, so the man know it in and out.
and probably the old man has also told him, look, I promise you got my word. I won't give it. I won't do nothing. You know, we were there
Yes.
12 years. We'll keep you. I'll keep you protected. Don't worry
Yes.
about people. I'm here. What much you can do? Give Kun to me to be a vice president. I will give everything. I'm not healthy. I have health issue.
So
You know,
this is
see,
deep
you know
politics.
what he said. I also heard that Mr. Barker does not take his call anymore. Did you hear that on his call?
Yeah,
He was-
no, he made an accusation.
He said President
Yeah.
Barker does not take his call
No,
anymore.
but,
So he-
no, Jamal, when you become president now, your number changed for security
Yeah, you think
reasons.
you're calling them, you think
Nobody
you're
can
talking to
call you
anybody.
anymore. You president.
Wait, Johnson, man, he's a devil commander.
No, but that's the devil. You don't want to be dealing with the devil. Now you dance with the devil. You want your seat. Then why would you be
Let
dealing
me-
with the devil?
eh,
And coming send the
no.
devil to hell.
Yes. Me,
Let's-
I'm an older person. I'm an older person, so I will let you speak in parable.
Therefore,
They say,
keep that parable for a second. Let me go.
no, I'll give a parable. Let me give a
No,
parable.
keep
They say when
You
you see
whoa,
when the trousers is new, everybody wearing it in the town. But the day people leave on that trouser, nobody want to own it again. The trouser hanging on the line with people, they say that old trouser, you never trouser.
I want you to give that parable after we go through this on a comment from our viewers. So that's why I want you to. You still got to repeat that parable. Anyway, let's go through the comments first on our viewers. Look, we want to make things out. We want our viewers. If you had a chance to rank in, we'll rank in. Also, as well, you want to put the comments in. If it's something we had a chance, we'll put it through to read. This is from our man, Sir Francis. This is what he said. Prince Johnson couldn't spare mulatto women in Liberia, mixed race. Just what he said. This is what he called my name, Jamal. This guy was notorious. So any mulatto mixed race women you see, you have to have them as a girlfriend. You have to sexually assault them. That's it. I didn't know of this.
Yes, that Prince Johnson. If you go to the local town bill, they will tell you. Across the yes.
This is another one again. Light complexion women.
Yes.
His victims. All right, this is coming up. This alone can send him to jail for the rest of his life. Look at this one. People are scared to join his boy till I inquire. Anyway, Liver, please, I want to listen to your. Now, this is another one for this guy. Okay, that was the money. What we got here? If you have any other comment there from our viewer, please let us have it, guys. If you mind, yeah. If you have a comment from your end, can you share it with our viewers? Let's see what's going on. Linford, Paul, you got any comment from your end?
No, not from my end.
I was telling people Prince Johnson in Penton City in July 1990 when he shot a young man in the head because the young man was wearing T-Potet slippers. I heard that story too.
Wow. And this guy can stay as a witness against him. Quantum can be a witness against this guy.
But
Yes.
again, it's like look, whether the man kill one person or a million people, he still killed. So the story about Prince Johnson and this war thing is it cannot be counted. So like I said before, people right now, the only justice Liberian people can get if these war crimes could come and they say, okay, Prince Johnson, you are guilty or you are exonerated, then they finish. They think that's shocking. They think making law that very shocking. Prince Johnson, you are free or you are guilty. Simple. So what making the law for?
Don't make it. Doesn't look simple, my brother. Just why? Because you guys are making right now. The comments are coming. There'll be hundreds of people that will testify against it. You think you're going to go free? Look at what the ambassador is dancing after the Omar Barker agreed. No, there's a chance that there will be an executive order issue. Look at what this guy said. Joseph also said. Joseph told us so. The United States want Prince Johnson and others so badly. They want them. So Mr. Barker, President Barker was an agent to go there and just get the job done. This is what we're seeing right now. It's going to be quite interesting, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, but again, Paul, you can shoot.
Go on, guys. Paul.
I want to say something. Before the election, there are a lot of past are moved around people that people don't observe. The international community and also ECOWAS, they have a major hand in the election in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
We may be jumping around the street with carrying this person, but they know who's going to be the next president. And you see, I don't know if you guys can remember, before we are considered, ECOWAS officials have traveled to Liberia. Who they met? They met Barker. That was a signal that, and after that thing, we are when, okay, in the middle, he considered. We don't know. They have spoken to the key players. When this, whoever win, this will happen. If not, we tie your hands. We don't know. They're backdoor talks. So all of the things, perhaps the old man knew. We want you, since even the comments, the Taiwan, they were the big five. The big five, they knew if one of them win, this was going to happen, because the U.S. came up with a statement a few months before then that the two houses in the U.S. have passed a law that if they want somebody, they will enter that country to get a person, if you can remember. So Prince Johnson had been on their radar for years. And now, with all of this money that Labrador have generated its own money, they depend on America in particular. So if you pass the warlord over to us, we will give you the money. So it will happen.
Guys, we got 15
Prince Johnson could just go free.
We got 15 more minutes, guys, to wrap up.
Nobody knows.
15 more. So I know it's quite interesting. We want to discuss this. So we also ask our viewers, wherever you follow Jala TV, you can make a comment, drop it in. We'll read it out here. We want to make our show interactive. We are there. You want to share your thoughts and come with us. Whatever you have on your map, let's have it. You know, and so we can talk a 1 hour, 15 minutes. We're 15 more minutes to go on this show. So, guys, so the door is closing on Prince Johnson and others. So what do we see? Don't you think this is going to rock the foundation of the president or leadership? He's just starting first 1 month, 100 days. He's just started putting the war crown, economic crown code. Don't you think you're going to put kind of cause a problem for you? The whole you shift the boat direction and stuff like that, because it's almost like overshadowing his operation. Guys, I just want to come on this.
You want me to go first?
On his agenda, because he has a rest agenda to implement, and he's coming with a war crown code.
Yeah, Jamal.
Direction, go on.
They say when your Christmas will be good, it always is from the eve. If you have agenda to spare the country ahead, in the first 100 days, and that's why you put whatever you're going to do.
It was not part of the rest. I mean, you put the war economic crown code. It was not part of the 100 days, was it?
And if you listen to his inaugural speech, and during the campaign, that was the message people were going before. One of the persons that they mentioned in the campaign, the reason Eddie Johnson did not support him because he was going to put Eddie on the bus. You remember the story that he bring Eddie to court? That was one of the things that the people pushed. And people felt sorry for Omer to bring him. So it was part of his campaign speech that he will bring the war and economic crown code to Liberia. And he will audit the government. He said that. So all of these puzzles that they're putting together is part of that plan to push his agenda forward. So the fact the arresting they have, maybe all may not be good. Some may do excellent, some may fail. But the main thing that all Liberians want, according to the U.S. ambassador, 75% of the nation want this. So whether he done well in 100 days, he do well in 100 days, as long as he nailed this one, we will forget about the rest of the 100 days.
Talking about this is what this guy said. Emmanuel Tico. He said JMB has been sleeping all these years. Now he's up. He's up.
Okay. If I suggest,
just to comment on this. Looks like this is comment from one of our viewers. JMB has been sleeping all these years. Now he's up and let everybody pay for it. That's what just. Let's have it. Thank you very much, Joseph. That was a good one. If you got a comment to drop, got a couple of minutes to go. So you drop your comment, we'll share with our viewers. And if you're joining us through Jala TV, through our Facebook, YouTube, This is the border Liberia. Jamal, my name. I got my colleagues here based in London as well as Norway. We're discussing Liberia here, more especially going through the newspaper. And the major story that making headlines in Liberia today is the War and Economic Code established in Liberia. And we're going to go for another more 20 minutes. Then from there, we'll be wrapping up for tomorrow major show. But for us, by way of information, we're working on bringing in a legal person to speak to us on the implications, the all the stuff around this War Economic Ground Code. We'll be doing that very soon. So be watch up and stay tuned. Be always part of this show. We'll let you know when we're going to bring that person in. And Linford,
concerning the question you asked, whether the action by the president now will rock the foundation of this government.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will tell you something. In order for the fire to burn, it has to, when you light the fire, it will not go burn away water, it will burn the place where you light it and spread. Okay? So you guys will learn a lot from me through my parables.
Yeah, go on. I know that's why H is experience. Go on. Tell us.
So JMB said he will rescue the country. And in a kind of environment where you have a lot of problems, unsolved problems, mysteries, you can never succeed. And Liberian people have been asking for it. He came to rescue the Liberian people. He came to lead the Liberian people. And the Liberian people said, this is what we want. For now, you will build road, you will build hospital, yeah. But again, we want justice. So he's starting with the justice part, because in a place where there is no law and order, can you imagine that if all the warlords go unpunished, anytime they can grab some gun and walk in the street and start shooting people, because you know nothing will happen to him.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a deterrent. If we set these precedents, it will be difficult for somebody to even steal. You know, people getting away with stealing, and the now generation, they getting away. The people who were the age of tower ministers when they came to power, when they kill people, if any of them were living now, you put fasting somewhere, said they will not touch it, because they kill people for what they call corruption. But the young people now who stealing are people who are not even born during the time. You put in government, they know that they kill 13 government officials broad daylight. They know. So they get heard the story, so they think they're fun. And trust me, they war and thing we're talking about. The children are born 5 years, 15 years ago. You tell them on the war, they would think that yes, spiral story, we're telling them. When you and I were running, putting some poor trying to help me come out to flush themselves, they can't make it. That's how desperate the war was. But some people who didn't see it, they will not believe it. So then we got to set precedents. And the precedent is being set now. So it's not late. And this will now rock no government foundation. They will even solidify the foundation of the government, because this is where the international community will determine now, oh yeah, these people, they are serious people or they are not serious people. Because we have had the opportunity many years, and we miss it. We squander it in Joe Barker War. We squander it. We had an opportunity to establish the War and Economic Crime School to redeem the war people. Yeah, they will go, but the people that will stay with all that are the economic criminals. You see it? So as long as we don't clear these economic criminals from among us, people will always steal from us. How much money had the international community not giving Liberia? Liberia lays on credit. Every government accounts will credit. So the international community is tired. Like, I come into your hall every day, I eat. Your burger right, when you look at it going way down now. When you put the coffins out to measure, you can hit the ground. So he said, my man, today, he said, you gotta do so thing before I do this. So the international community is telling us indirectly, we tired giving you all the money and going to few people pocket. So you're the president, you got to sign this thing here. And we'll do it. If we miss the opportunity, let me tell you, Joe Biden government will go flat down, because they will not get support. No. Like this should, yeah. And let this World Economic Crime School look at 227 million. That's more money. That money, it can carry Liberia far, but they're spending it on War and Economic Crime School. So ask yourself, if this thing succeeds, how much money the Liberian government will get from us? Because it will be shown that yeah, these are serious people. We can make business with them. Okay. So the opportunity, if we squander this one, it will be even desperate more than the war itself.
Quite interesting. I think we're just about time to wrap up now, guys. Quite a lot of story to watch now, because we got 1 hour 15 minutes. Time is almost there to end to wrap up. Guys, tomorrow is a major show, and I just want to remind about with the information. If you just joining us, we are just the Bottom Liberia, based in Europe. There's a Liberian talk show based in Europe, and we discuss Liberia here and other issues. And if you don't have the opportunity to watch us, you can also catch us at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, our time, UK time, and 9 o'clock 8 o'clock in the morning, Liberian time. Sorry, you Central European time, to listen to the audio on our online radio. This program will be on the online radio, will be audio, it's a recorded version will be on. Guys, we have one more article to go through. I want just 2 seconds each. Let's leave the walk around code now. I know it's something. Let's go to something good happened to the government of Liberia, Honorable Barkai. This is what happened. I just want you to give me 2 minutes on this comment. This is good news. This is what we see the Liberian Japan signed 287,000 200K agreement to expand the Japanese freeway corridor. This is what happened. This is from Freeport, I think from Ghana, from Freeport to Simpor Bridge or Simpor River, something like that. Is that right, Paul?
This Japanese highway it starts from it used to be formerly the Somali Drive. That's a freeway now. It then became a freeway.
But they said the freeway corridor. Is that the one we're talking about? This should be the Japanese.
Yeah, that's the one from
Ghana.
Let's say from Pinsville Rail Line all the way. You know, this piece of road has a long history. When the OEU 79 was coming to Liberia, if anybody who lived in Monrovia a long time ago, around 1970s or 75, the 70s, you know that there was no road over there. That's why it was, in fact, difficult to build out that particular area. That place was just like residential area, all in all. With small car road then moving between the bush and coming to somebody's house. There was no freeway there. So when the OEU 79 was coming, they calculated that coming from Roberts Field and going to Central Monrovia with all the comfort, it would be difficult. I was seeing that thing because my auntie husband came from Yekepa to drive, because the brought driver from Owo to help to drive. So he was driving one of those Caprice Classics, those Chevrolet Caprice Classic. Okay, so the Tower government saw the traffic that Central Monrovia could not pay, taxi, buses, Douala buses, all over there, that was the major road. So they decided to build that road as a shortcut. So by the time you come from Rawfield, all the kids are coming, you go through Pinsway, and then you take from Rail, you start to go. That road was intended to be 4-lane road. If you look at the piece of road coming from the bridge, the Gabriel Tucker Bridge going to OAU Village, is 4-lane. Originally 4-lane, two with divider in the middle, with street lights in the middle. That was a seed design.
Stop at Freeport, from Tucker Bridge to Freeport. That's a two-way street there. It wouldn't stop at Freeport.
Yeah, that street was supposed to go all the way to Hotel Africa, but something happened because of the time. And then, so that was the same design that was supposed to come from Rail Line, coming to Freeport and journey, and then going to OAU Village. But then, because of the time was too short, so they just made it two-lane. So the other 2-lane remain. And since that time, it's been difficult. All the government can try. People started building houses on the other 2-lane that remain. Because no quota out there. So it's been difficult. But then I think one of the government, I think Ellen Johnson government decided to build it, and then they brought it. So it's a same road now called it Japan. From freeway, it used to be Somalia Drive. Then from Somalia Drive now, it became a freeway. Now it's the Japanese freeway, yeah. So
let me get this right. You say from Freeport to all the way to Princeville. Is this what you're talking about?
No, it should start from Red Light.
That road, I think the newspaper have a road. That road had been completed. So when the president came in power, he said in his inaugural speech, he talked about, if you listen to the Sona, he talked about the deal with the Japanese that from Gabriel Tucker Bridge to St. Paul's Bridge. This is the deal that was signed.
Yeah, that's what
Gabriel Tucker Bridge is going all the way to St. Paul's Bridge.
But they're still right. It's a freeway corridor. This is not saying the guys are Somalia Drive. It could also be freeway corridor.
It could be the new freeway corridor. So that means from Gabriel Tucker Bridge heading all the way to St. Paul. That's where
let's get something straight, Paul. Let's get something straight. like I was making reference to the Somalia drive, right? They roll into because and that Somalia drive, it comes from red light, it hit Freeport.
To
Then
Freeport,
it continue briefly to St. Paul Bridge, it start there or to OECD, then it come back in time again and pass down Waterside, Johansson, and go around Monroe. That's the longest stream Monroe. It goes to Mamba Point and go all the way to Coconut Plantation, Convent.
It's like the ring.
It's a ring.
Yeah.
It's like a ring.
It's a ring.
Yeah.
So this one now.
So since they making the freeway corridor now, I think all included. I think.
Okay, So they're taking the one now from Gabriel Tucker Bridge.
Yes.
All the way St. Paul's.
Yeah. So I think that's the corridor.
I think this is a welcoming news. That road is terrible. I'm telling you, it's one of the places. If you go in Douala from Lockington, something that will take you less than 3-4 minutes, it will take you hours. That road is terrible. So
the potholes always start from Freeport.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much, guys. It's a good note. I'm sorry to cannot share most of your comments. Good comments coming through. One came from our man, Francis. He talked about this is what he said. I don't think the president's quest for WW's World Economic Ground Code will have had any impact whatsoever on his presidency. Rather, it will send a strong message signal to others. And a couple of messages coming through. We can't put everything. We want to say a big thank you to those who send their message. You also watch us from everywhere, more especially for Jala TV Liberia. And we'll be here tomorrow as well. A big show tomorrow. And join us at the same time, same place. And I'll go to my colleagues to take the round and give their parting comments before we wrap up from here, guys. Now I'll start from you, Paul.
Well, thank you, Gemma, and thanks to our audience for following us as well. And for those who first time following, let them just click on the bottom line Liberia. So when we come on, you also will be notified. Or those they already with Jala TV, they automatically get notification that we're on. But you can also follow us on the bottom line discussion live. Well, what I will say, I'm excited that, let me put a picture up because this is the photo that I love. I'm excited to see Lieutenant Kojak. Lieutenant Kojak was one of the best police detectives in the 80s on television. And he did wonders. So I'm seeing Lieutenant Kojak in 2024. He's back and he's doing the right thing. So Lieutenant Kojak has now set the stage. And now I'm sitting now in the theater watching this drama happening right in my very eyes. Thing that we never thought it was going to happen during our generation. He started with misstep, but on this one, I will support my Uncle Joe on this. And with the Somalia freeway, that is something welcoming. We live in Broadway area too. The road is terrible. People got property over there they can't build because they think when the one bridge collapse, that other place will be outside. I mean, like you gotta go through maybe bone mines to come to Monrovia. So that's a welcoming news, and I think it's a good thing they started in this step, but let's give them time. And whatever Uncle Joe is doing now, if Liberians will benefit, let's give him the support. Yeah, he do it. For Prince Johnson and the others, it's about time. I wonder what are people that been in Nigeria then that made that money over during the war period, will they bring them to bear too? Because all those that caught the big elephant meat, that part of that economic crime, I hope they bring all of them. So our children can be able to go to school. So I want to see my children going to schools in Liberia free. And if all of this happen, then for Christ's sake, for the sake of our country, so I think it's a good start.
Thank you, Paul. Lynn for 2 minutes.
Well, I'll be on 2 minutes because I got to run. But I just want to say that, the people who feel agitated, who feel haunted, who feel insecure about the War and Economic Crimes Code, I think you have a better chance than people who died in the war innocently. I'll repeat again. There were people who were summarily executed who did not have time to testify, to even say, my name is John Brown. Okay, I live here, I'm so trapped. You suspected them and they were dead. So you have a better chance to go and defend yourself, to work as a free man, or to see yourself behind bars. So it shouldn't be something that you got to make big issue out of. You have fair chance. and go there and defend yourself. And when it comes to the government, I think the government is doing well. No government can do 100%. They're doing well, but there will be a lot of mistakes along the way. But if the government tackles something that we all as Liberians feel that it will benefit our country, we got to praise it. And for those of you who always say, you know, you don't let the Unity Party or you don't let the president, you don't let Boaka this and that. When Boaka does good, we say, yeah. If something goes wrong, we come for him. So you got to tie your belt. You got to take your medicine that can make it, that can normalize you. And Paul had already given your code name, Kojak. And you know, those of us who are growing up those days, the actual name is Tele Savalas. That was his real name, Tele Savalas, Kojak. And I remember one of the movie also was the middle dollar man. I call it. Yeah, Steve Austin. Austin also. Yeah. But I want to say thank you guys for the show tonight. Tomorrow will be our regular show. So we'll be here tomorrow with more information. The full time will be used tomorrow. So you can join us tomorrow and let's have fun together. Thanks and have a good night.
Thank you very much. As a reminder, tomorrow we'll be looking at there's some discrepancy in the report about how much money was left in the consolidated account. We'll be talking about it tomorrow and many others. So please join us tomorrow right here on this platform. Liberian time 8 o'clock, UK time 8 o'clock, Central European time 9 o'clock. Wherever you are, even in the US, please. We also want you to join, and also want to make it interactive. Please share your comments, your concern, anything you want to talk about. We'll bring it. We want to discuss Liberia. And once again, we'll say thank you very much for joining wherever you are. Those who watch us through Jara TV, our Facebook, our YouTube, our online radio. And another reminder again, tomorrow Liberian time, 7 o'clock, you can listen to this audio what we have here. And thank you very much. My name is Jamal Kamara with my colleagues, Linfo Agro and Goe and Paul Chilope, Law Paul Chilope based in London. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening.
You are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.